Dude, what's up? Is Neymar out of Europe?
It seems like confirmed this morning. He is on his way to Al Hilal. I mean, it said I thought I saw this morning a 2-year, $326 million agreement was in place with a 50,000 win bonus. So every time he wins a game, he gets $50,000. And he has a private jet. He's going to live in a building with full um, staff waiting on his every need. So the guy's going to Saudi Arabia to basically be like a Saudi prince, essentially. He's just going to play soccer on the side.
Dude, in my opinion, Neymar's like one of the biggest flops we've ever seen.
1,000%.
Like,
1,000%, I totally agree with you.
I love Neymar. I think he's so fun to watch. He's so talented, but he pisses me off because he's just like wasted his whole career.
Yeah, I mean, you look at when he was at Santos, like the guy was the next Brazilian.
Yeah.
And he did light the world up. Everyone knew about him. I mean, if you had FIFA, you had him on your team. Like he was everywhere. The young kid with the crazy mohawk and a nose strip.
Mm-hmm.
But he makes that move to Barca, and that MSN connection was arguably the best of all time.
That was a crazy team. Like he had some great years at Barcelona, but after that, like that move to PSG just seems like it was motivated by money and ego, and like I just don't take you seriously if you go in the prime of your career to the French league. Like Messi did it at the end of his career. Messi and Ronaldo stayed in the top leagues their whole careers, basically. You know what I mean? Like I was just very disappointed when he went and did that.
No, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. I think that move was definitely backwards. Like, I mean, like you said, it was motivated by money, and Neymar seems like his whole career has been kind of motivated for the wrong reasons. I mean, obviously, being from the outside looking in, you can say whatever you want. You don't really know how he goes day to day, how he lives his day to day life, and why he did it per se. But I definitely agree with the fact that you had these rumors every other year that he's headed to Chelsea, he's headed to United, and like from a footballing standpoint, from a fan's perspective, you would have wanted to see it the same way we wanted to see Messi in the Premier League. Like
Yeah.
you want to see those teams test themselves against the highest level of competition. I know some people may not think that's true, but I think we can all agree that the Premier League is from top to bottom the most competitive league in
Yeah.
the world. Obviously, you've got Champions League and PSG came up against some Prem sides at some point, I'm sure. I don't know their exact fixture list over the past few years, but definitely underachieved if they ever did. And
Yeah.
now going off to Saudi Arabia for a couple of years, you're never going to see him other than a couple of Twitter clips that are going to come up. The same way Ronaldo is, I guess, going on into the twilight of his career,
Yeah.
putting some boot.
And I don't necessarily hold it against him. I'm like not like pissed like that he went for money. Like I'm like live your life, like do what you want. If you want to go to PSG for money or whatever, you want to go to Saudi Arabia for money, like honestly go for it. Like that's fine. I'm just like I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed that he could have been so much more and he didn't really seem to like take his opportunity. He kind of went for the easy way, the money way. But everyone's got to live their life. Maybe that's what was best for him and his family.
Yeah, I mean, I think 10 years, 15 years down the line, we'll look back and we'll think about what could have been. I mean, you look at his success that he had with Barcelona, you look at his success as a youngster in Brazil, early days PSG, he definitely had them going in the right direction. That never materialized. Like with the personnel they had on their squad, if you went by based off name, they probably should have at least one Champions League under their belt.
Mm-hmm.
But even with the national team, like you have to think, had he pushed himself just a bit more in maybe a more competitive league, does that team achieve more? Yes, he dealt with injury. It seemed like every single big tournament, the dude's getting hurt. Maybe it's due to his play style. But anyways, I definitely am with you as far as disappointment when it comes to players putting themselves in the best positions. But then you also have to consider agents are involved too, and they get a lump sum of the fee. So are they pushing
Yeah,
players one direction?
we've seen so many players like not fall that way, and the fact that Neymar did, like he didn't. he could have done whatever he wanted. Like he ultimately is the one making the choices, and if he wanted to play at the top level, he would have. You know, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I mean, you look at, as far as a tier system is concerned, you look at him on a little bit below Ronaldo and Messi, and Messi wanted to go to PSG. He went to PSG. Ronaldo wanted to come back to United. He went back to United. So it's like, yeah, I think you're probably right that they do have a little bit more pull than people think they have. Because I know a lot of excuses is always like, well, the agent was probably pushing this move and trying to sell it to the family, or these guys, for some reason, these guys who you always end up disappointed with have their family members as their agents
Yeah,
or representation of some sort. And I think this just goes down to, you can't always have family in your business dealings, because it's going to lead to selfishness and people trying to get their own versus looking for your best interest. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how it goes in Saudi Arabia.